Welcome to On the Move. We're celebrating 5 years this year. A special thank you to our conveners, Bay Path University and the Springfield Museums, as well as to our facilitators for today's conversation, the Bay Path team, and our wonderful collaborators. We are standing on the shoulders of great women who propel us to our future success. We have found success in 2017, in 2018, in 2019, in 2020. In 2021, let's hear the voices that matter.
Here are a few facts about women and girls in our region that you should know about. Women have been most affected by the economic effects of COVID. In fact, we see women losing so many jobs because they're concentrated in low-wage industries such as hospitality, restaurants, and healthcare. Other facts that you should know about girls in our community are that girls are getting limited leadership opportunities. There's some wonderful girl-serving organizations that have leadership opportunities, but we can do even more, particularly for girls of color.
Hi, women have come a long way. I have this background which you all recognize from Zoom. It's one of the backgrounds that you get from Zoom. For me, it's beautiful, and it also reminds me that when I was a little girl, I wanted to be an astronaut, but I didn't even think that that was possible. It was just something that was impossible to think about. And even though we've come a long way in the United States and in other countries in the world, when you think of, well, there are almost 200 countries in the world, and there's just a few countries, a handful of countries where women have been gaining equality slowly, but we're not there yet. Certainly we're not there yet here in the United States, where women earn far less than men for the same job. Women of color earn even less for the same job, where we don't feel safe walking down dark streets, where we don't feel safe walking to our car in a parking lot late at night, where most of the violence that we suffer comes from men, from abusive men, because we are in relationships that are unhealthy. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done, and that means talking about the work that needs to be done. So we can, celebrate what we have achieved so far, for sure, but let's not rest on what we have done. There's still so much more to do, and the way to do it is the way you're all doing it. You're learning you're applying what you've learned. You are creating circles of friendships and colleagues that we all help one another. I think the most important thing is it's something that Martin Luther King Jr. said, the Reverend Martin Luther King, is that he said, I decided to just do everything with love, not with hate. And I think that's how we can move forward too, is doing it with love, with humanity, with kindness, not using as examples women or men who got to important places by being mean, by being unfair, by trampling on the rights of others. We can acquire a lot of power in ways that's healthy for us and for other people. So I would encourage everyone, as you move through life, think about your character. Who do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to be? And I hope that first and foremost, that you are a kind person, and that no matter how ambitious you are, and I encourage you to be as ambitious as you want to be, you never lose sight of kindness. Good luck to you all.
For young women today, change looks like protests, social media campaigns, online petitions, and excelling in their career field. This generation has redefined what it means to be a woman by breaking gender stereotypes and championing intersectional feminism. I am proud to be a young woman today, fighting for change through communicating, advocating, and collaborating with others.
Hello everyone, my name is Amihan Matias, and I'm the founder of Instill We Rise, a leadership forum for women of color here in Western Mass. I believe that as we move into the future, women of color are going to be a force to be reckoned with. We've been stepping into leadership positions in greater numbers, and we're redefining what it means to be a powerful leader. In order for us to continue to create change and lasting impact, we must remember that the world needs our unique style of leadership, one that's collaborative, inclusive, and lifts up our communities. Leadership that's resilient in response to the multiple challenges we face as women of color. Leadership that's shared and democratic and broadens the definition of leadership to include informal and situational leaders. Leaders who have emotional intelligence and are motivated by empathy and caring. Most of all, we as women and women of color need to embrace our worth and our value, our wholeness and authenticity, despite what the world tells us. These are the things that make us truly powerful.